Hello and welcome to CAD Stencil. Today I'm going to show you what, how, and why of page setups. So to begin with, what? It is about creating and importing pages or page sizes with our setups. To give you an example, this is a new AutoCAD drawing and let us assume that we have a rectangle of say 40 by 80 and we want to put this on a drawing. So instead of using the existing layouts, we are going to import our standard sheet layout. So we'll go to layouts, do a right click from template. It will open up our window. This is our folder for our company standards. We'll click this and eventually what we want to have a file which will have all our sheet sizes. In our office it's called standard STD sheet size. Click on that file. It will open another window which will have all the page sizes. I'm sorry, it's on my other screen. Here you go. So this is the list of all the sizes and the orientations that we use. 11 by 17 horizontal vertical, 18 by 24 horizontal vertical, so on and so forth. So for this example, let us take 11 by 17 horizontal. Here at the bottom we will see the new tab with our name. Let's click on it. Now what this will have is the correct sheet size with our predefined margins, and if we hit the Control P or the plot command, we will see that it has our previously saved options. We will go ahead and show how this can be created and achieved. Now, why do we need to do this? The eventual goal to do this is to have a plotter, page size, orientation, what to plot, which should usually be the layout and, in my opinion, not a window. Plot style, plot options, etc. And all the sheet should be created in less than 5 minutes. That will include the title borders, the seals, the project number, project name, so on and so forth. So let's get down to how to do it. I will close this current file. And let's open a new window or a new file. We have a new file here. So we will go down to layout, right click, and then we will go to page setup manager. We will select our page, go to modify. The first thing that we have to do, or we should do, is to select a plotter. There are different plotters set up on different computers. To eliminate that problem, I'd like to choose DWG to PDF. DWG to PDF has many benefits. First, it is installed in every computer because of the AutoCAD setup. So out of the box, AutoCAD will come with DWG to PDF. With that option, what happens is that if this file is sent to some other office, or if it is open within the office between different computers and you're plotting that sheet, it will eliminate the problem when it says that that plotter is not found or that page setup is not found. The second point to that is that every time you use this, or at least that is in my habit, that every time I print anything, I will see a PDF of it first, zoom in, zoom out, or see how digitally it looks. The second part to it is whenever I have to send a file, this forces me to save it in a location in our out folder. So a transmittal is created before the file is sent out, and it's 100% time that we will always have a transmittal for that. The third good point is that since this is a built-in feature, it has, once we create a PDF, it gives like layer options or page options within the PDF, which is I think pretty robust, but it can swing either ways. That is a judgment call. So getting back to the setup of page, this is DWG to PDF. Next we will go and choose a page size. For this example, let's go ahead and choose ANSI Expand A. What to plot? The best option to do is layout. Everything else more can change. So we will stick with layout. We will choose a plot style. For this, let's go ahead and choose grayscale. I like to keep my transparency in my controls, so I will check that on. The plot scale should always be 1, and this has to be in landscape. For right now, I'm just going to hit OK, and I will come back and change the margins. Close. I'm just checking what the margin is here right now, and it shows 0.1. Why this is important to choose a margin right now is because of the fact that in the future we are going to build our title block based on our margins. Once our title block is created, it will be inserted within this file at the right scale and at the right position also. So let's go ahead and do a Control P again, or plot, and then we will do properties, and we will go to modify standard paper sizes. We will choose ANSI Expand A, modify. As we measured, this is 0.1. If in your computer it is different, you can choose judging on how your margins should be. I personally like to keep it 0.1, and in a minute I'll show you how, why. And let's go ahead with this. And I'm not going to plot it, otherwise it's going to ask me where to save it. So next step, rename 8.5 by 11 horizontal. Now quickly I'm going to do an 11 by 17 page setup manager, modify DWG to PDF. For this example, I will choose this one because this, I think, is taking my previous margins. So 11 by 17 layout. For this one, we will choose monochrome, plot transparency, and portrait. Go to properties, modify standard paper sizes printable area, ANSI B, modify. So here we see 0.7. So we'll go 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, and 0.1. Next, finish. OK. Save changes. OK. And I'm just double checking one more time. OK. Close. On this one, I'll leave the viewport in here. On this one, we have taken it out. Rename 11 by 17 vertical. I'm going to go ahead and save this file on our desktop. Desktop, sheet sizes. So now that is saved. Let me go ahead and close this file, and we will open a new file and test it. We see here layout 1, layout 2. We'll go right click, from template, desktop. Here we see our file, sheet sizes CAD stencil. Double click on it. I'll select both by hitting Control and selecting both of those. OK. We see at the bottom we have both of these. Creature of habit, I will delete these. So 11 by 17 vertical. We have this viewport which we left in there. Giving a plot command, we will see our printer, which is DWG to PDF, page size, layout, portrait, transparency is turned on, and monochrome. So everything that gives the property, or you can say if you want to hold a sheet and it looks what the size is, how it's going to print, that is, everything is saved in our standard file. We'll go back and check the 8.5 by 11, DWG to PDF, 8.5 by 11, layout, grayscale, plot transparencies, and landscape. Now, just to show you as an example what it does if we did save this, so Control P, or plot this in fact. So we'll go plot, OK, and it gives me a place to save the file. So for this, we're just going to save it. We'll call it drawing. I usually like to add PND. It means print and delete. So if it's on my desktop, it's not cluttering it up. I know I have to print it and delete it. Save. It opens this window and it looks good to me. Here are our layers. If we had more layers, they would have populated up here and we could have turned them off or on. And it would also give us pages if you're using multiple pages and it's in a sheet set, which we will be covering pretty quick here. Coming back to why choosing a margin as 0.1, 0.7, or 0.25, whichever, I would like for you to notice the bottom of the screen. It is the coordinates here. And this coordinate is 0, 0. If I zoom in and point it to the right one, to the right point, it will come and even out to 0, 0. The importance of that is when we bring in our xref for all the title blocks, or particularly one title block for all the files, or if we have as a block of title block in one sheet and we have multiple pages. So just for example, let's create this is 8.5 by 11 page. So I'll just create a rectangle, 11 by 8.5. I'll create a block, pick point. Now notice on this one I'm choosing the corner of the rectangle. Select objects, title, end. I erase this and let's bring that in. So insert, and we will use this title end. Insertion point, we want to give it minus 0.1 and minus 0.1. So what this minus does is chooses minus 0.1 on our x-axis and minus 0.1 on our y-axis, which were our margins. Scale would be 1 and 1, rotation 0. And when we hit OK, this rectangle comes edge to edge on the page. The benefit of this is when we are creating new tabs, new pages, new layouts, and every time we bring in a block or an xref, it will be at the exact same position. And when we are using sheet sets to batch plot or to plot them together and creating them PDFs, they will all be aligned in the place that we desire. So this is -1 and -1. The other way you can do it is, I will explode this right now and create it as a block with this point as the base point. So line, towards 0.1, line, 0.1, and 0.1. So that will give me the exact point. And I'm going to create a block now. Block, pick point, title 0, 0, select objects, OK. Oop, doesn't choose comma, forget that. Underscore, OK. So now I'm going to erase that insert, title 0, 0, and this time we will have our insertion point as 0, 0, and 0. Everything else remains the same. And again, it has come at the extremes of the pages, but with this base point. So depending upon how you choose your margins, you can build up your title block. In this case, we have chosen this rectangle, but what we are hoping is that it will be, or we will be designing this as our title block and bring it every time in the correct place and position. So as our final run through, we'll go here at the bottom of the screen, go to the layout, right click, from template, go to desktop, choose our file, go to our layout that we wanted to choose, hit OK. It already has our viewport. That was our rectangle. We'll zoom it, select on the viewport, and then go and choose a scale. And when we are making our layouts or page setups, we will already have our title block. So this sheet is almost ready. We just need to change a couple of things, maybe the title number, sheet number, project number, so on and so forth. And with all the properties, it's good to go. This was all about what, how, and why of page setups. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please post below and stay tuned. Thank you. Bye-bye.